Hey everyone, Mr. Cox here. I hope you guys are having a blessed day so far. Wanted to kind of give you guys a little video about testing and why it's important, why we do it, because we're coming up on testing this week. We have a ton of new white belts testing, a lot of new tigers testing, plus some of our mid-ranks that are just entering into leadership. So it's going to be a quick video, hang out, stay with me, and let's talk about testing. All right, so jump right into it. Why do we do testing? Well, we're going to go over 4 main reasons why we do testing and then a bonus reason. So first reason is testing teaches life skills. When our students are required, and students, I mean adults, juniors, or tigers, are required to stand in front of a panel of judges and be scored based on how they perform, that kind of performance and that kind of anxiety that comes up during that time teaches us life skills about learning how to have determination, self-control, how to overcome obstacles that we might face. Maybe, again, anxiety of performing in front of people, the same way like we have anxiety speaking in front of people. And it also teaches us how to deal with defeat when we don't have a great testing, even though we know everything, we know exactly what to do, but when the moment comes, we mess up. How to overcome that, and that is super valuable. So the first main reason why we do group testings is life skill development. Just like in tournaments, you got to do it because if everything's always great and peachy and we just kind of coast along, then we're not growing and we're setting our students, adults, juniors, and tigers up for failure. So we want to do that group testing, and sometimes you're injured, you can't test, you have to wait. That happens in life. Sometimes you know everything you're supposed to know, and at testing, you mess up, you don't get to retest. You're right, you have to take the results that are given to you based on that performance. So first biggest reason we do testing is to help develop our life skills with our students. Second reason is it helps us see trackable goals, okay? The reason why we test in groups is so that way us judges and parents and students can see how the students are progressing in their performances. A white belt doing a white belt form and a black belt doing a black belt form should be 2 completely different things as far as the performance looks. And so testings really help us track their performance, especially in our tiger testings, because we get to see how the tigers are responding in groups, how they're listening to commands, how they're following, how their cognitive and physical development has improved from their last testing. So we use testings to have trackable goals for our students. That's why we have different color belts. We also use our testings, we write down scores so they can see those scores. The scores might be the best out of 10, the best out of 13, the best out of 16. Maybe for a tiger, it's an attribute. But we tell them their scores so that way they know how to, or they know where they need to improve on going forward. If they get an 8 out of 10, their next chance is to go for a 9 out of 10. So testing helps us track students' progression and gives our students trackable goals in the future. Third reason is it really creates a sense of unity amongst all of our students in locations. What it does is it brings everyone together so students can see that there's other kids their age, adults can see there's other students their age, from all walks of life sharing in the same season of life by doing martial arts. How cool is that? Because we have a big school, we get together as a family, and then we get to hang out with people we might not get a chance to hang out with, and we get to build that camaraderie. So that third reason for building community and growing is so important, and helping our students see the bigger picture of not just their class of 8 to 10 students that they come to every week, but there's actually like 30 or 40 people they're ranked doing testing inside their same school, which is pretty awesome. Again, another reason why we love tournaments. Tournaments throw out that big picture. The fourth reason is we help really put a sense of legitimacy behind our ranks. So we don't want a person just to walk and be like, hey, you've earned your orange belt or your yellow belt. We want students to see that they've set a goal, they've worked for that goal and they've achieved it. And then it's us as certified instructors putting that stamp of approval on each student as they progress. And so it's very vital for us to add legitimacy that, hey, they're growing in their martial arts. And how are they growing? Everyone looks a little bit different. It's an individual sport with a team atmosphere, but really helps us put that legitimacy beside, all right, now you're ready for this next step. Now you're ready for this next step. It doesn't mean they're always 100% ready, but at least helps us get that gauge. And then our bonus reason is because they're a blast, okay? We find that when students test regularly and they go to tournaments, their odds of becoming a black belt and beyond skyrocket to 99% to 100%. I mean, it's crazy. And a lot of times the biggest tragedy we have is when we have students that quit and yet they've never done testing or they've never done a tournament. They've never fully experienced what we have to offer as our programs develop and go deeper. So anyway, that's a couple quick notes to let you know why we think testings are so important and why we do them as a group. Remember, at testings, white uniform is always required with a white undershirt, or your white Cox Martial Art rash guard is fine as well. Be on time. Actually, remember, be 10 minutes early to every testing. Have your student come, warm up, get ready, have them eat a good breakfast, so that way they can give up their best performance and be ready to cheer them on as loud as you can when the moment's right. Have a blessed one, guys, and we'll see you this week.